So welcome back to more Megaman Xtreme 2, where we're gonna take out the last of the remaining Mavericks. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get the energy saber now, as good I can. So we're gonna start by going into Overdrive Ostrich's stage. I do find Overdrive Ostrich's stage to be somewhat annoying in this game compared to X2. And the main reason for that is because of the Ride Chaser sections, where it's pretty similar to Squid Adler's stage in Megaman X5, where it is more based off of memorization and reflexes than anything else, really. Like, in one case, it's really easy to get crushed behind walls, and, you know, there's also a heart tank you have to get that's really annoying, but at the same time, this is one stage I don't really care for. And one other reason for that is because of these instant kill sand turbines, which are never any fun to deal with. But yeah, I'm just taking out these enemies with X just because it is easy to rack up on kills with X, just because he does have his +1 buster, so he's got that going for him. And also it is pretty easy to take out enemies with regular bullets, thanks to the speed shot. And yes, these sand turbines are instant kills, so I kinda want to stay away from them. And yeah, that's really the bulk of this stage is going to be dealing with a whole bunch of instant death hazards. And that is really the one thing that does make Mega Man Xtreme 2 kinda tough, is the fact that there are a lot of instant death hazards. Now, and up there is an energy power-up just in case you needed it. Just letting you know about it in advance. But what we're going to do is go up here and then switch to Zero, so Zero can find himself the head crush. And really this works the exact same way as an X1, so what you're doing is just jumping up and then crushing blocks. I mean, nothing to it, really. So now that's 3 out of 4 parts. The last part's going to be in Blast Hornet's stage. But yeah, this is the Ride Chaser section I don't really care for. And what you have to do is you have to use the B button to break down these walls. And they do get particularly annoying because of where they're placed. And let's see, I gotta do this. Yeah, I figured out after dying a ton on practice runs that you have to jump backwards while trying to get that, otherwise you don't end up getting the... You either end up falling, or you end up dying, getting crushed between the wall. Something like that. I don't really know, and frankly, I don't really care. But with that said, we are here at Overdrive Ostrich's stage, so let's just go ahead and kick his ass. Let's see, his power-up is damn near useless with Zero, so instead of that, I'm just gonna fight him with X. His power-up really isn't, or his weapon isn't really all that better with X, but at the same time, at least it does something. But yeah, he really isn't all too tough with X. And really the main thing you just have to watch out for is whenever he does use that Sonic Slicer attack, is that one of those shots are gonna follow you, or one of those shots is gonna follow you. So that's really the only thing to worry about. But yeah, he is a piece of cake with X, so that is one more Maverick down. And the Sonic Slicer is a little bit slower in this game compared to Mega Man X2. Well, nothing new yet. But now it's time to go into Blast Hornet's stage and finish off the Zero stages. I am saving Flame Mammoth for last, and not because the stage is tough or anything, just because it's a little bit more convenient to go Blast Hornet's stage next. So yeah, I just want to take out the bees with the Zero Z-Saber, just because it's a lot easier that way. And yes, insert the famous "not the bees" line here. But yeah, fortunately the bees aren't really that big a problem. You know, unless they gang up on you like that. Let's see, let's just deal with them that way. But yeah, the big thing with Blast Hornet stage is that it does require a lot of vertical platforming, And the platforming itself really isn't too tough. You just have to worry about just making your jumps and also not getting knocked off by bees, which is going to be able to happen to you quite a few times if you're not careful. But yeah, with that said, Zero's got his last heart tank, so we're just going to let X handle these turrets just because he's much better equipped to deal with these guys. And yeah, this is where the teamwork does come in play, because you do have to just make sure you put the guys in the best spots to succeed. And yeah, with these platforms, really all you're doing is just, let's see, making sure they go the opposite direction whenever you end up hitting one. I mean, really, they're not too tough to deal with. It's nothing too complicated, just a little bit inconvenient whenever you get hit. Or when you forget which direction the arrow was pointed. And fortunately, respawning is not going to be a big issue, so yeah, at least we got that going for us. But yeah, I am really enjoying this Let's Play now that I am better at this game. It is going to get a little bit trickier down the road, but at the same time, it is hopefully something I can handle. But let's see, we wanted to go all the way here, and we wanted to keep those two enemies alive so we can do this with Zero. And you needed the Drill Crush specifically to do this. And if you killed Tunnel Rhino with X, unfortunately you couldn't get this power-up. Which is something that's a little bit inconvenient with this game, is that you do have to do a lot of planning in advance, which is kinda unusual for a Mega Man game. But yeah, with the Drill Crush, Zero can take out these enemies in no time flat. And now that we're here at Blast Hornet, let's just get X going here. Or actually, wait, we're not at Blast Hornet. Instead, we're at a mini-boss. And the way to take this thing out is, you just have to wait until it's lit up and then just shoot it. And yeah, I'm not really sure if I have to go with Zero here. Yeah, I think I have to be Zero for this part. And I kept running into this one really weird glitch where if I save the bottom right one for last, then for some reason it just wouldn't, you know, die after I kept slashing it with Zero and I kept shooting it with X. Don't really know what was going on there, but, you know, fortunately it wasn't that big a problem this time. But yeah, I think we're just getting up to Blast Hornet here. And fortunately Zero can deal with these bees pretty easily. And with Blast Hornet, his weakness is a Sonic Slicer, so he's going to be pretty easy to deal with. And really, the only thing you do have to watch out for is when he does use his Stinger, because that thing does do a lot more damage in this game than it did in the or in X3. Okay, get out of my face, bees. And yeah, that's the thing with Hornets, is that they are pretty tricky whenever you're trying to deal with them as pests. But at the same time, they actually are pretty smart, so even though they do think in a pack mentality, they at least are pretty intelligent. And yeah, that was really Blast Hornet in a nutshell, not really too much of a fight. But fortunately, having his weakness made it a lot easier. And then we got ourselves the Bomb Bee, pretty similar to the Hornet Chaser in Mega Man 9. Which was definitely one of the better weapons out there, if I say so myself. Alright, nice, we got new parts. So now it's time to turn X into a god with a Buster plus 2. And we also got Zero's Ultimate Slash. Now with that said, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of the Mavericks with Flame Mammoth. And Flame Mammoth stage is a little bit different than it was in X1. And one really big reason for that is because there are a lot more instant kill hazards. Actually, if you really want offense, you can just go with this. And yeah, killing things at the speed of light. Because that's just the way we roll. But yeah, now I should get into the reason why I didn't get the power-up for X in Neon Tiger stage. And the reason for that is... And of course that power-up's the exact same spot as you remember it with X1. But yeah, since I don't have the head crush with X, I do have to get this thing with 0. And then switch to X. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the reason I didn't get the head crush for Neon Tiger stage. This game kinda works like X5 and X6, where the armor doesn't really become complete until you get all 4 parts. But in this game, the armor still counts. Like, if you get the body part, that still counts for having it on X, or having it on X. But if you completed the armor with X, then you could only equip 2 parts, which then would have really gimped X, and unfortunately wouldn't have made him anywhere near as effective as he is now. And yeah, by the way, these fireballs are instant kills, so I'm really taking my time and trying not to get hit by these things. So this could be a lot like whenever I played Dick Tracy on the NES, and that's when I'm just really crawling through the stage just trying not to get hit. And fortunately the lava itself doesn't really do that much damage, but those fireballs are instant kill, and I remember dying I think twice on my practice run. Okay, did not need that. And fortunately the sub-tank is just where it was in X1. So now we got both sub-tanks. And now we can store more energy. So at least we got that going for us. Just as we're going towards the end of the game. And yeah, the I guess post-Maverick bosses, or as I like to call it, the post-season, is a lot more involved in this game than it is in other games. And that is something that does make this game a lot more interesting. Okay, I didn't need to get squished there. Yeah, fortunately with the armor, this thing doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. But it is still something that can get a bit annoying. And since we are approaching the end of the stage here, really not that big a deal. Especially when you can air dash in this game, unlike X1. So let's just go ahead and kill some more things. And yeah, the stage is a breeze with X, so once you have all his power-ups, it's really a lot easier to handle. And now we're up to Flame Mammoth. His weakness is the Marine Tornado, but as long as you have X, you can tear him apart pretty handily here. Just like so. And see, I am actually going to kill him with 0. So, let's see, I'm just going to wear him down a bit with X, and then I'm going to switch to 0. And once again, the reason for that is because I just want 4 weapons for X and 4 weapons for 0. And see, his weapon's a little bit more useful with 0. And that's the ultimate slash at work. But yeah, Flame Mammoth's weapon's a little bit more useful with 0 than it is for X. So that's specifically why I wanted to kill him with 0. But like I said before, this game does require an inordinate amount of planning when it comes to a Mega Man game. But anyway, once you kill all 8 Mavericks, you get a message from Gareth. So now we can go into the castle and get him. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and call the video, so join me next time as we take on the Gareth and Berkana stages, which are going to be pretty interesting. See you then!